Bearcats fans, this is Meyer with the front office news, live at Nippert Stadium, recapping the Bearcats' 66-13 win over Eastern Kentucky University. Overall, the Bearcats dominated right off the jump here at Nippert Stadium this afternoon in front of a sold-out crowd of 38,193 people, the 11th largest crowd in program history and Nippert Stadium history. But overall, Saturdays are in full effect now that the Bearcats season is underway. But everything was on display today. Obviously, Emory Jones was the highlight of the day. He completed his first 10 passes of the game for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Emory Jones finished 19 for 23, 345 yards through the air, 5 touchdowns, and also ran for 26 yards on 9 carries for 2 touchdowns as well. He set a program record with a single game, 7 touchdowns in the single game, a new program record. But overall, the Bearcats offense is really what was clicking today. It all started on 4th and 5 on the opening drive, where Emory Jones went over the top to Xavier Henderson down the right sideline for a 50-yard touchdown. That really set the tone for the Bearcats. After that, the Bearcats never jumped back. They never fell through. They kept their foot on the gas. And just like that, the Bearcats are now 1-0 heading into Pittsburgh next week. But a lot of positives today. I know there was a lot of questions on what will this wide receiver room look like despite only returning one guy from a season ago in Chris Scott. And we saw it today. 6 different receivers scored a touchdown. Braden Smith, D. Wiggins, Xavier Henderson, Aaron Turner, Peyton Singletary, and Emory Jones also had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So overall, 6 different players found the end zone. And Barry Jackson, a true freshman, is the 6th guy who found the end zone after a 65-yard bubble screen there in the 4th quarter. But overall, you have to like what you saw about the offense. 667 total yards of offense, the 7th most in program history. And we have known that Scott Satterfield likes to keep his offense balanced. He was one of only 5 programs a season ago to throw for 200 yards and run for 200 yards in the same game throughout the season. And man, did they do that today. 345 yards through the air, a total of nearly 200 yards on the ground, 229 yards on the ground per the stat sheet. So you're looking at a total of 667 yards of offense. I mean, that's just astronomical numbers. But the Bearcats know they can't get complacent heading into next week. So some things to keep an eye on. Sammy Anderson, starting defensive back, went down with what is believed to be a head injury. Scott Satterfield addressed it post-game. He said he did have a head injury. The team was just trying to be precautious with head injuries and all that stuff going around in the NFL and all of college football. They were just trying to be precautious. They'll know a little bit more later in the week. They said they did talk to him at halftime. He did return to the sideline as well. So that is huge news. Obviously, you never want to see a guy get injured, but that is huge news heading into next week's contest for Pitt versus Pitt. That it sounds like he might be able to give it a go. They'll know more later this week, so we'll keep you followed up on this Tuesday's press conference on that topic. But overall, like we said, offense really clicked today. Emory Jones looked like he was the 2020 Emory Jones that we saw at Florida. And a lot of questions surrounded this offense was, how would Emory Jones respond? How would he settle into a Scott Satterfield offense? And it was on display today. Overall, a dominant showcase for the Bearcats. We will have interviews with head coach Scott Satterfield, wide receiver Xavier Henderson, running back Corey Kiner, defensive end Daniel Grisiak, and quarterback Emory Jones up on the site here shortly for you guys. But overall, stay tuned. Continue to support the front office news. Check out our YouTube. Check out the site. This is Neil Meyer, and we are checking out from Nippert Stadium.